majority of the getting take most of the teams that perform is going to be on performance basis. If you don't want performance basis, it means that this guy, and I say the president will be on carrying all the getting takes. So it's bad. It's terrible.
Just in case you are talking to run as president, what do you think will do different?
We're not building infrastructure anymore. Right now, we're building on human capacity within our team. I can tell you, only me as president of the Liberal Football Association, there will be buses for all the teams. There will be clubhouses. We will invest physical capital into Liberal football. I've said this before, and I'm the team. For Chris, we are the president of the Liberal Football Association. Though it's not in my purview, but I will ensure that we naturalize foreign players to cover our national team. Even if the government cannot pay, we will look into that. I'm not delegating players, but I feel like we need to naturalize. France, for example, you can't count president of France. Anything we do here, we'll do it 10 years, we're not going anywhere. If I do become president of the Liberal Football Association, that will be my priority number one from day one. I will get a sporting team that will go out and look for big players that we can naturalize. I can tell you, only me as president of the Liberal Football Association, there will be buses for all the teams. There will be clubhouses. We will invest physical capital into Liberal football. I've said this before, and I'm the team. For Chris, we are as a president of the Liberal Football Association. Though it's not in my purview, but I will ensure that we naturalize foreign players to help our national team. Even if the government cannot pay, we will look into that. I'm not delegating players, but I feel like we need to naturalize. France, for example, you can't count president of France. Anything we do here, we'll do it 10 years, we're not going anywhere. If I do become president of the Liberal Football Association, that will be my priority number one from day one. I will get a sporting team that will go out and look for big players that we can naturalize into this country for football to come back. I don't go to the airport to take back. I already have something that I can bring into football. So if FIFA, besides the FIFA fund, if there's nothing there, besides government like Liberia, trust me, man, I'm a business person, we can solicit them to sustain that. Liberian people want to see good football. If you make the initial sacrifice, you're getting taken along with pay these players. The first thing is, I will not be finding club $1,000. US when there's when there are minor errors. You go inspect the club's office.
The commission being students that means group of analysts and the group is a hard are disqualified. Being students that means group of analysts and the group is a hard are disqualified. Commission being students that means group of analysts and the group is a hard are disqualified. They are disqualified from this election, and the election will proceed with the candidates. From here, we except for Mr. Kabadoli, who has gotten he was there and he wants to participate. We also want to conduct the election and submit our final election as council. So we thought of bringing the Congress here, the Assembly here. We agree that all money for this election should be paid. And Mr. Anaki said that he had already deposited money in the account for the election. I asked him a question. You are not a candidate. How can you deposit money? You are not a candidate. You are not a fair policy. You can be a procedure of I want to listen to you so that you can tell me different stories. Before the key has to be on, okay. I think Mr. Anaki will take his problem. You are not qualified. What if you are disqualified tomorrow? How can you get your money back? Say, I'm going to do now. I say, no. The person is yes. But my point to you is, from Monday to today, you are not qualified. You don't get the how long you are going to question the account and you are not qualified. You must be a candidate, qualified candidate for the money. Well, we agree that going forward, nobody is depositing in that account. All money to be paid is for they have to work. Whatever is paid, they will account to the basket.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Sports Talk. This is a program that comes your way every Saturday on Truth 96.1 FM. Sports Talk is broadcast to you, like we said, from do Peru right here in our main studio. My name is Edwin Dolo alongside NAOMI TAPPIA. Let's say good morning to all of you, our listeners across the country. Those of you following us live on Real TV, Truth FM, I want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning. Story we are following this morning: Liberia National Olympics Committee reinstates Rufus Anderson as president of Liberia Basketball Association, mandates him to organize elections in 4 ways. Liberia have been drawn against Cape Verde in the first round of the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. Timothy Weah visit Liberia following his lucrative contract with Italian club Juventus. Chris Weah, Chief Executive Officer of stages that is Crystal United, declares his intention to contest the Liberia Football Association presidency. We hope to scoot on the line during this program to speak with Youth and Sports Minister Zioga Wilson as part of the conflict within the Liberia Basketball Association. We are also expecting the team from Tibet Football Academy, and they promised to join us this morning on the sports program. Some of the journalists in the studio will also be joining in live. But let me take this time now to welcome NAOMI TAPPIA, who is here with me. Good morning. Welcome to Sports Talk.
Good morning, Edwin. Good morning, everyone. And thank you for welcoming me. I'm happy to be seated here with you, discussing sports that I love. And as the rapper said, we have lots of developments this morning to discuss. And basketball is going to be on the spotlight.
Yes, basketball. Basketball will be our main talking point this morning. Like we said, Mr. Rufus Anderson, the communication in our possession has been reinstated by the Liberia National Olympics Committee. But just before we can go to that communication, we'll speak with the Youth and Sports Minister. He chaired the last meeting of the Basketball Association Conflict Resolution meeting at the SKD Stadium. That meeting ended in dialogue. We spoke with him during the week. He appeared very frustrated about the outcome of the meeting and the failures of the party to come to one conclusion. We will also discuss Mr. Chris Weah and pledge his intention. He just listed what he will do when he's elected as president of the Liberia Football Association. And like we said, determined girls will host the WAFU Zone A qualifiers of the Women's Champions League. That competition will begin in Liberia on July 12th, 2023. We'll give you the full details of that as well. NAOMI got some development. She will just start with that before we can continue with the program.
Okay, so you mentioned Timothy Weah being in Liberia, visiting Liberians, his family as well. His dad, who is the current president of the country, mom, first lady. So he's in country. And it's just coincided with Kylian Mbappe to be in Cameroon, visiting his family and Cameroonians. It is actually an exciting thing in Cameroon. So you talked also about Chris Weah declaring his intention to contest the Liberia Football Association presidency, and we are going to be, discussing that in detail. And he presented a brand new, I'm talking about Chris Weah, who is Crisco Holdings Chief Executive Officer. He recently presented a brand new 28-seater bus to be used by the clubs within his football programs. And these clubs are Stages Queen, we have senior professionals, and as well as the Crystal United and Stages 2. And you talked about basketball, and we're going to be discussing this as well. Efforts by the Liberia National Olympics Committee, and I attended this meeting, and the Ministry of Youth and Sports to resolve this internal conflict that has been lingering for so long. It ended in deadlock, but we are seeing a communication that will be read here publicly for people to know exactly the content. Following the draw in Rabat World Cup on Thursday, the 6th of July, Liberia senior women's national team has been drawn against Cape Verde in the first round of the 2024 Total CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. And the first round of qualifications set for is expected to commence September 18 to 26, 2023. And the winner of Liberia's two-legged match will face the winner of the match between Nigeria and South Tome in the second round, which is slated for November 27 to December 5, 2023. 11 teams will advance from the second round to compete in the main tournament alongside host Morocco. Watanga's FC playmaker Fatsiru Logan will lead the Lone Star home-based national team in their journey to qualify for the 2024 African Cup of Nations Championship. That's CHAM. So Fatsiru Logan is the captain. Christopher Jackson, Leicesters player, is his deputy. These are the two people Ansuke Ita chose to lead their colleagues. So LFA Lower Women's League Club Cookie FC announced Anita Smith's contract extension by a year. Her contract has been extended by a year, so she's expected to remain with the team for the entire 2023 to 4 league season until the expiration of her contract or the agreement between she and her team, which is expected to be the 4th of July 2024. Then her fate will be decided after that, after the expiration of her contract. Neil Neyman has been assigned jersey number 7 for the upcoming 2023 to 4 German Bundesliga 2 season at Osnabrück VLF after an interesting last season displays. And last season, the 23-year-old appeared in 33 games for the club, scoring 4 goals and providing 9 assists to help the team gain promotion to the German second league tier. And he will be playing in Bundesliga 2 for the second time in his professional career, having previously played for Arminia Bielefeld at the start of last season before leaving for VfL Osnabrück in August. He was born in Germany to Afghan and Liberian parents. This is why Liberians have interest in him. Afghan and Liberian parents, and is eligible to play for Germany, Afghanistan, or Liberia. Then we come to this development. Liberia Football Association, not football, I'm sorry, Liberia Volleyball Federation says a 2023 league season will kick off this Sunday at the SKD gym. And the local Volleyball Federation President Otis Nyame told reporters, team of journalists, that about 20 clubs have all completed their registration to participate in the new volleyball season. And Yannis said the 2023 volleyball season will be used to attract fans and other followers of the volleyball in Liberia. And then Liberia Kickball Federation President Surprise Wie has been appointed by President George Weah days after the Kickball Federation pledged support to the ruling coalition for democratic change. So Weah was appointed as Assistant Minister for Foreign Affairs, subject to confirmation by the Liberian Senate. So clubs in the League 3, League 2, and League 1, which is the third, second, and first division, they gathered at the Samarkand Sports Complex to present their flags to Senator Sir Joseph of Mosoraro County. And these are things that they outlined to him. They said that they don't have bathrooms for players, and the women and girls, they normally dress in open areas. And this is very, very demeaning, is actually dangerous. So we have, these are just the local developments that we're going to be highlighting today.
Yes.
And international developments too, so many as well. Like Carlos Ancelotti is expected to take charge of Brazil next summer. And this was said by Brazilian Football Confederation President Orlando himself. And Brentford completed a record signing of 23 million deal. Nathan Collins from their fellow Premier League side, Wolverhampton Wanderers, and Mauricio Pochettino, who is now Chelsea's new coach, he said the team has been the greatest team for the last 10 to 15 years. This is his Navarro thing anyway. All right, so former England and Liverpool midfielder Steven Gerrard has been named manager of Saudi Arabian side or Atifi. So Steven Gerrard will now go on the other side. There are most of our players here now, most of the English Premier League and other players from across Europe are heading to play football. Manchester United are hopeful of concluding deal for Inter Milan goalkeeper Andre Onana. And I said Kylian Mbappe is in Cameroon now visiting Cameroonians visiting his dad. So that's it.
Yes, thank you so much. Now, TAPPIA, so like we said, Liberia International Samson Dua is continuing his tryout with Victoria Pleasant, a Czech Republican top team. Last evening, they played against Hornberg of Germany in that match. In the 3-3, he came on in the second half and played in the 60th minute and played up to the end of the match. He was very tough. So if something Dua is very close to signing with Victoria Pleasant. The same league that Oscar play for Slavia Prague, and Samson is expected to play for Victoria Pleasant in the Czech Republican top flight. If the deal goes, we are told is 80% close, very, very close. He was in the top second league last season, and that we said earlier, determined girls and only clubs from Liberia, Senegal, Mali, and Sierra Leone have signed up to participate in the Waffle Zone A Cup Women Champions League qualification. The teams that will participate are Determined Girls of Liberia, AS Mende of Mali, AS Dakar of Senegal, and Mambuemo Queens from Sierra Leone are the teams that will participate. The match will start on July 2 with Determined Girls taking on AS Mende here in Monrovia, with other fixture to follow as well. So new deal for both son Whitney D'Souza. He signed in Romania with the second division team. I want to say congratulations to him. But we'll now go to the line to speak with Youth and Sports Minister Zioga Wilson. Theo sent to fellows and will also join us live on the line as well. He will join us as he's a basketball enthusiast, CEO of Javier Pointers, President of Javier Pointers. He will join us on the line to discuss the communication from the Liberia National Olympics Committee, but concerning the Liberia basketball. So we now send you the link. You can follow and just join us as well on the show this morning. It is through WhatsApp as well. But let me go to the line to speak with the Youth and Sports Minister. NAOMI TAPPIA is a stakeholder within the basketball conflict. She attended last meeting that ended in DOLO. We spoke with the sports minister, and he appeared very, 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 very angry as to the ongoing situation within the Basketball Association. All efforts by the sports ministry and the National Olympics Committee to resolve the conflict has been very, very tough. Mr. Rupert Anderson, but communication, we don't know whether it is confirmed, but we now have on the line the Youth and Sports Minister, Mr. Zioga Wilson, who is always willing to speak with us on issues concerning sports in Liberia. And good morning, Minister Wilson. Welcome to Sports Talk.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Yes, you presided over the last, what was considered the last conflict resolution meeting in the Basketball Association. The meeting did not yield any positive result. Can you tell us what happened during the meeting on Friday?
Well, to be very brief, Mr. Ruba Anderson was uncompromising. I've never seen that go into a negotiation to resolve a problem. You want everything, you don't want to give anything. And that will on display at the meeting. Anderson, going in faith, and I would say publicly, he has his loyalty to deliver his country. He has his loyalty to deliver and the young boys and girls who want to play basketball, who see their future in basketball. He just doesn't care about it. Because you say you are not running for president. You want to take the certain election. Everybody agrees, including the state ones. And they ask of you one request, and you say, no, you can't do it. So it's like, is Adama way or the highway in the highway? And I was very clear with him. Because loyalty is not to his country. It's not the young boys and girls you don't even. Like the way it is.
Yeah, Minister, what did the stakeholders say to Mr. Anderson as part of the resolution? Was there any demand made by basketball stakeholders that went to the meeting?
Well, it was not about making demand. It was about us understanding, compromising, and normal. All they asked was, look, those who are not in the league, let them participate in the president. He said no. So those that just get the president, what about those who were present in 2019, but they are no longer in the league? Okay? So what do you do with those teams that are currently in the league that were present 2019? No. Whether you were in the league 2019, you're not in the league anymore, you're not active, you must participate in the process. So that's where we are. So let me know the basketball of the National Olympic Committee to have to follow. And like I said, based on the outcome from the LNOC, the government will act, and we add this up.
Yes, what action will you take when you say the government will act?
I can't tell you now. I can put a card to your house. If I take my action at the LNOC, I like it back.
Yeah, Minister, the Minister you've exposed, we also saw intervention from former Public Works Minister Kofi Woods, yet the conflict could not be resolved. How disappointed are you?
Even at the meeting on Thursday, when the stakeholder made a proposal, Kofi and Rupa had Kofi sat there and told everybody Rupa will speak and Rupa will accept it. It's a reasonable compromise. And you are confident when Rupa was given the floor, Rupa stood his ground and embarrassed this respected kingdom of our country. Kofi will embarrass the man. That is Rupa honestly. Are we here? So Kofi on top of 3 years. And Kofi said, he told me, the minister, you got to answer. You have been for 3 years. I'm still part of the process. I want to see it end successfully. But no, like I said, Rupert's legacy is a problem. He shouldn't tell anybody, help me. I don't go to the gym. I don't go to anywhere. I'm an obstacle. You don't have to go to the basketball team to be an obstacle. We all saw it clearly. Even your colleague journalists who were at that meeting, they saw it that everyone just wanted peace, wanted to move forward, wanted to compromise. But Rupa,
What does it mean for basketball?
well, we will end that problem this month. I can guarantee you that. We will end this month. I want to end it. We will end this month.
Minister, we have a communication from the National Olympics Committee to Mr. Rupa Anderson, reinstating him as president of the federation and mandating him to organize election in 4 weeks. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay.
They know the committee has gone out, and I support that move.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Minister Wilson.
You're most welcome.
So that is the voice of Youth and Sports Minister and Zioga Wilson. Now, listen to you were in the meeting. I would like to say, and you as representative of FIBA, and you were in the meeting.
Yeah,
How was it?
let me just make it clear. FIBA did not send me to serve as their representative to the meeting. They are not aware of any conflict resolution meetings that the minister has been holding at his office and the Liberia basketball gym as well. But he told me, be there. There's a need for you to be in our midst because you work at the level of FIBA, and this particular conflict has been impeding, my work there as the head of media council for Zone 3. Once your country has been banned, you will not effectively discharge your duty. Even if they will allow you to participate in other activities, you'll be restricted. For example, when we are in meeting, anytime they call for a meeting, I'm not allowed to call Liberia. To call myself a Liberia's representative, but just a member of FIBA who is there as a media council head. The minister called for a meeting, and Anderson spoke. The players came, other stakeholders, they came with their suggestions, the roadmap that was presented by Anderson to the Minister of Youth and Sports, officials, and others who were in attendance. They all saw the roadmap. Anderson is requesting for 8 good weeks. Yeah. So he said that the 8 weeks he's waiting to take over and conduct the election, but the teams that are currently playing in the Liberia Basketball Association leagues will not participate before. That's what the player said. He told them, and then they are saying that no, if you want to have the teams that participated before the 2019 election, yeah, we agree, but they will be validated. Number one. Number two, you will have to allow the current teams that are playing to also be a part. There where he said no, feedback mandates should be adhered to by all means. So that was the sticky issue. But in the communication you have, so I don't think he will be willing to comply with this particular mandate that
Okay. I still, yeah, go ahead.
okay, that he should conduct election within 4 weeks, right?
Okay.
4 weeks, and then make sure that the documents that the Liberia Basketball Association had first, that he had during his time, he will not request for them. I don't know whether he will be willing to comply with all of these, mandates. So we just need to hear from him himself.
Yeah, so
as
let
the
me,
record
yeah.
said, we were all frustrated. For me, that was not the outcome I wanted to see. But this is my reservation about our whole meeting that was held.
Yeah, so
Anderson
thank you.
made a statement that was, let me just say this before you proceed. That was a staggering revelation to me, saying that during the November 30th, I don't know whether you were in attendance. I was in the other time. I just returned from the States. He said that he has 6 hours video, not just audio, but video recording. That something feature took place that day. So he was sounding like his disqualification along with his other couple of officers, it was premeditated. So if that is the case, that video should be displayed so others can watch it and then see for themselves that this disqualification was not based on anything genuine or legitimate, but it was premeditated just to have him ousted undemocratically. That's what he said. So
yeah, we will look into that. But Naomi, we spoke with Mr. Anderson after he was okay. So I try to play the audio from Mr. Anderson. When we spoke with him, and right after Mr. Zoga Wilson spoke with us, Anderson also and said there was a response when we spoke with him right after the meeting online.
In all clear terms, I was forcefully removed from the presidency of basketball over the past 4 years. From that point, the minister has made it clear that he recognized the current leadership that is there, and there has been absolutely no comments, no complaint from Anderson. They have been playing basketball the last 4 years almost, that have never done anything to interfere or go against their mandate. To say that I am the problem is very shocking. Listen, more besides, during the time I was active as head, every year was characterized by protests, injunctions, and lacking of sports commission facility. And we navigated our way and made sure basketball was played. For the past 4 years, there has been no injunction, no crisis, and nothing whatsoever. So how now is Anderson the obstacle to basketball?
People met and they agreed that the statement that you were demanding for being given to you. The only objection you had was that clubs that participated in the 2019 election will not be better, will still participate, even though about 10% of them, according to you, don't exist. Is that correct?
I never said about 10% don't exist. Those were not my words. What I said in that meeting was that I do not have the statistics of the current league because I do not know how they do what they do. But I assume that about 90% of the teams participating in this league were teams that existed during 2019. It was an assumption. It was not a statement that I declare emphatically because I don't know what they have. I did not write FIBA to say Liberia was independent. It was the minister. So the action you took yesterday, late by your action, and don't blame nobody. The only thing I said was that FIBA asked me to conduct elections in keeping with our constitution and FIBA's constitution so that Liberia can then be listed.
So that's the voice of Mr. Rufus Anderson, and he spoke with us right after the meeting. But let me now take this time to welcome Sam Phillips. And welcome to Sports Talk. Sam, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Yeah, and let me take this time to welcome you. Welcome to Sports Talk. You are always here with us.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me, Dolo?
Yeah, we can hear you you are clear. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we have this communication.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
I'm listening. I just wanted to say good morning to Naomi. Good morning to Naomi and the listeners.
Good morning, Sam.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sam. I think you can put on your camera. Your camera is off, and our followers want to see as well. So we have this communication from the Liberia National Olympics Committee. I think it's pending to be sent, or it has been sent to Mr. Rupert Anderson.
And he's yet to respond.
I want you to follow as well, send to fellows, so we can discuss it together. What it says to, let me just read quickly. It is with my hope. This is from the president of the Liberia National Olympics Committee, or the Olympics Committee in general, to Mr. Rupert Anderson. It is my hope and prayer that this letter finds you well and in an excellent frame of mind. By directive of the Federation of International Basketball Association, FIBA, the Liberia National Olympics Committee, with the consent of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, is hereby reinstating you as president of the Liberia Basketball Association, pending an official turnover official office by the current leadership. Please note that as per the outcome of a series of meetings held among the Olympic Committee, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Anthony Kofi Wood's office, the current administration, and yourself, in consultation with FIBA, your reinstatement is for 4 weeks and not a second longer. The current administration will be turning power to you as mandated in the 4-week period. It is expected that you, Rufus Anderson, will conduct free and fair elections based on the records of the 2019 elections that will be validated by all parties to the elections. Let it be made crystal clear that only candidates who contested the 2019 elections will be allowed to participate in the upcoming elections and for the same position that they contested for. During the 4-week period that you are to administer the affairs of the Basketball Association, power cannot be transferred from you to anyone else. Also, the current basketball league will be put to immediate halt as it is not duly recognized by the Federation of International Basketball Association, FIBA. Furthermore, while in office, you are not authorized to rent, lease, or give out the gym facility. I know they're talking about the Sports Commission. Yes. The Liberia National Olympics Committee expects that a mini budget be submitted to the for the consideration of the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the NOC for the sole purpose of conducting elections. No candidate contesting will be required to pay any money for the position contested for. FIBA has considered all the activities of the Liberia Basketball Association after the 2019 election to present as null and void. As such, you are to concern yourself with only the activities of the association prior to as of now. Furthermore, all documents, including financial, administrative, legal, and all other records that subsist after the 2019 election will be kept by the current administration without you having any authorization to the request of any such document. During the turnover ceremony, the Olympic Committee, the minister has been exposed, Anthony Kofi Wood's office, the current administration, and you will hold a press conference to inform the public about the progress made, the roadmap of the Liberia basketball, and the date the election will be held. Mr. Former President, please accept my profound regard. Signed, Philip Brown, President, Liberia National Olympics Committee, season copy, Ministry of Youth and Sports, and the office of Anthony Kofi Wood. Still, you follow the letter. Why is that take?
As a matter of fact, I've read that letter more than 6 times. I do have a copy of the communication. Now, the first thing first is that the letter is flawed from beginning to end. Now, Mr. Philip Brown addressed Mr. Anderson as a former president of the Liberia Basketball Association. As far as we are concerned, Mr. Anderson is still the president of basketball until an election is held. So you cannot refer to him first and foremost as a former president of basketball. That is the first thing. The second thing is that I did not go to the stakeholder meeting, but I listened to the recordings of the conversation and the resolutions that were put forward by the stakeholder. The stakeholder in that meeting accepted that Mr. Anderson should conduct the elections in 8 weeks. The Olympic Committee has abrogated power onto itself that it doesn't have and say the man should conduct the election in 4 weeks.
No,
now,
they are quoting. They are saying they have been mandated by FIBA.
No, so FIBA mandate did not say the election should be held in 4 weeks. FIBA said that Liberia should return to status quo ante and that the Congress of 2019 should be reinstated and that he should reconvene the Congress in not more than 90 days. That's what the FIBA letter said. We all have that communication. They said the elections, the 2019 Congress should be reconvened after the reinstatement of Anderson in not more than 90 days.
Excuse me, sir, making to understand what you're talking about. Are you talking about the NNOC communication here? They are quoting the whole letter that was sent because of what transpired during the 2019 elections, or they spoke with FIBA officials and then they gave them new mandate, which was not written but verbal. I don't know. So making to understand.
So Naomi, to the best of my knowledge, and FIBA do not communicate with the LNOC. With any FIBA did not communicate any additional mandate. FIBA did not communicate any additional mandate to the LNOC. FIBA has sent 2 communications.
Till your internet having a little issue. I think can just shift a little bit.
Are you getting me now?
But we're not.
Are you hearing me now?
Instruction
Yes.
Without being written, without it being a written communication. I think that what it is.
Am I clear
go ahead, you are back on.
So I'm saying to you,
hello,
FIBA did not send any new instruction, whether verbal or written. The FIBA instruction is Congress should be convened.
So let me just call you direct.
In that, okay, yeah, you can get me directly on the phone with the internet is possible.
Giving us problem.
Every time you come, we have.
Yeah, we will kind of discuss other issues.
Yes,
we are stuff before getting to the line to interact with the public.
But now, I mean, the NOC. What do you make of it?
So Theo was talking about the 8 weeks. Mr. Anderson did not accept what the players say that the election should be conducted within the 8 weeks time he talked about. The main issue he rejected was the issue of accepting.
Yeah.
Because the players say before
Theo, go ahead. Sorry, we having internet issues. Yeah.
So as I said to you earlier, it is very clear that elections should be held in as more than 90 days. It was against that background that begins with the turning over the facility, goes into the convening of an executive committee meeting. Because the first thing is that any election that is held consistent with our constitution, FIBA regulation will not be accepted by FIBA. That's the first thing all local information users needs to understand.
Okay.
If we go to an election today, and that election is not consistent with the LBA constitution and FIBA regulation, FIBA will not honor that election. We'll go back to where we started from where we were. So against that background, the executive committee of NAOMI decided on an 8-week roadmap that which was submitted to state. We've been in the team for 4 years. I don't know what is wrong with it. That's one. The second thing is that the Ministry of Youth and Sports in the LOC does not have the authority to decide who contests for what position or how elections are conducted in basketball. Like your elections in basketball are conducted consistent with the LPA. Can I read a letter and say that only those are because this entire thing has always been to protect that's also the one that Ross has said to himself that he doesn't want to be president of basketball and that he would not contest in the Congress in order to provide opportunity for a particular person who went balloting for the presidency. See, we cannot reopen. The reason why
but Theo, how do you expect us to believe this? This was a committee that was set up by Mr. Anderson himself. These are eight of non-lawyers. Naomi got a question for you.
The public to see the video recording, but can you please give it to journalists so we can be convinced? So why?
We are waiting for the proper leadership of basketball. It was a basketball congress that will set up a committee to investigate those people for what they did. Those people know that one has put the damaged basketball for 4 years of this on the ball. No. These people be confronted with their crime.
So let me ask you this question. So okay, after the election, talking about setting up to investigate, only they will have the privilege of viewing this video.
So at that point in time, I'm not going to determine the scope of the investigation. I'm one of the completed that is so if the investigator decides to make those information public, well, that would be a reason.
What if they deem it not necessary to recording to the public? Then how will we be convinced that your allegation levied against these people?
So now I'm not a prophet. I don't know what I'm saying to you. That if when we are going to forward that case to the leadership to investigate the level. It also because this is where our problem with basketball started from. People know basketball back for 4 years. We are going to let it go.
Oh,
But-
hello. Okay, Tio. Tio, hello.
Yes, now.
Legitimately. And now you are saying that something future went on, and this has to do with character. Don't you think it would be prudent that the competent court of jurisdiction just take siege of this matter instead of you setting up your own committee after the conduct that we investigate? It goes beyond it goes beyond okay, so
Okay, Miss Ann.
You cannot sue me for saying the truth. If I
Okay,
said,
let me ask you this question.
Nancy, I will come.
An answer to Mr. Hoover Anderson, you fought him legally as well. Why are you not?
no, the first impression is because I'm not saying God's the right thing, I'm supporting. If you get it wrong, the truth when they are wrong or defending them when they are right. What the means for you to expose and get the means of exposing the FIFA say that you are never allowed to
Are you alleging? Are you alleging that the secret recording that you have, you're talking about?
No. The minister already at the Congress.
But the deputy minister was there.
Okay, come. Tio, hello, Tio.
If people here want to blame us, I've always said this. Did I carry like complete to FIBA? There is a reason why FIBA sent observer to all countries, congresses.
And they acted on the complaint from the observer.
They acted on the report that the observer filed.
Yeah, fine, okay.
The observer filed
We agree. Yeah, okay, so Sam.
Based on that, FIBA said the Olympic Committee said there was chaos in the stakeholder community. The Olympic Committee should ensure that the Congress is reconvened.
Yes.
They say Olympic Committee has a governing body. Please ensure that Mr. Hoover Anderson reconvene the Congress.
Yeah.
And then the minister of the response to FIBA and tell FIBA like we're independent, like we're not taking discussion, blah blah blah. Today we are paying for basketball.
Okay, hello, Sam.
They were never done that to football.
Sam, I'm still bringing you back to this issue of I know very well the issue of sports. You cannot take it to court. They have code of arbitration for sports, but the situation now has gone beyond the control of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, NOC, and even CAS as well. Because you're telling me that something went on, you have recording, you have the evidence, but you don't want for the general public. You don't want even journalists to see it. Only your own committee that will be set up will have the opportunity to watch this video. So this is what I'm saying.
An elections commission was set up by the leadership of basketball to conduct an election.
Yeah.
The elections committee got compromised. They got evidence
Okay, this is what I said. Your claim. Hold on now.
Where is the first place to take such a battle? Is it that of the leadership of basketball? Do you run to the court with such a case first? No. Your first step in that matter is to run to the leadership of basketball. If we had a legitimate leadership of basketball, we would have complained that the elections committee to that leadership that listen, this elections commission that was set up to conduct our election in our 2019 Congress will inform into
I think now we can leave it at that. Sen he's saying.
and then the leadership will make a determination after viewing the evidence. But you cannot tell us that we should take that evidence to the press. We should take the evidence to the court. You don't conduct post-mortem like that.
But the evidence is very serious. I said it when Anderson disclosed that particular issue. I told the minister, to everybody confused was there. I told them that this is a very serious matter. So if we want to get to the bottom of this, the recording he's talking about should be presented to the public. And Anderson did not say anything. None of them said something that day. All right, so
we don't want to win this case in a court of public opinion. We want to win this case in a body responsible for sports.
Okay, Theo, just before we go to
the court of public opinion. And now there are two recordings from that Congress. One in the hall. A female representative in the hall recorded the entire Congress. He has the audio of the Congress from the beginning to the end.
You mean video, not audio?
No, I'm saying that there are two recordings. There's one done by the female representative.
Video recording or audio recording?
The one in the hall was an audio recording. He recorded the entire Congress up to the point where the deputy minister was supposed and the Kwame is fair, telling Mr. Idrissa that this place is becoming chaotic. Go to your hotel room. When the place, when the doors subside, we will reconvene before you back to the hall.
Okay.
That is where
So,
that recording ends.
okay.
That was presented to FIBA. FIBA reviewed that recording and it was on that determination that the elections were not held.
no, I don't think FIBA can never base their FIBA will never base their decision on just audio recording. You know, even incompetent court of jurisdiction is very hard for audio recording to be allowed, right?
No.
And at least when we talk about the video recording, yes, the video is.
The video recording was done outside of the hall.
Okay.
But Theo,
Yeah.
yeah, then Naomi is about but Theo, to conclude on this, now the Olympics Committee have done what was mandated. Anderson has been reinstated as president. But based on this, with this condition, don't you see that as a way forward to end the conflict?
For me, it is not a way forward. It's not a way forward. It's an attempt to create a situation where Anderson will look like he's the problem. It is up to Anderson to accept the decision of the Olympic Committee or not. I mean, but I can say as a stakeholder, I will advise Anderson not to accept because those conditions are frivolous. You cannot go into elections with the conditions. As a matter of fact, as a stakeholder of basketball, I think what should happen is that Anderson gets reinstated and the executive committee meeting should be convened. The executive committee should re-establish an elections commission, and the elections commission should publish criteria for candidates. And anybody in the country who wants to be president of basketball should test.
Do you have interest?
If I have interest when the appropriate time comes, but I believe you cannot restrict the stakeholder to the applicants in 2019. I believe as a stakeholder, I would not accept that. It's up to Anderson to accept it or not. He's the president. He the one the letter will address to. But I believe the roadmap for resolving the crisis should begin with the reinstatement of Anderson, giving the 8 weeks that he asked for. Then the executive committee on Anderson convene.
But Theo, this man has said he does not want to be president anymore.
I'm not saying when Anderson wants to be president or not. Anderson don't have to be president to set up the process. I'm saying he's a president. You don't have to contest. So he can convene. He should convene an executive committee meeting, establish a new elections commission that will publish a new set of guidelines. First thing first is that you have to communicate. Now, being there as a female person, you have to communicate to FIBA to send a representative to like. You think FIBA just said, "I'm waiting for like you're here ready," and they say, "Okay, you're coming tomorrow." No, there are a lot of things that need to be put into place for Congress, logistics and what have you. This man has been outside of sports commission for 4 years. You took all of the files. He needs to get those files back, review
Okay,
Okay, okay.
The timing is
okay.
the
We'll
timing
get to
is
the
just not right.
to
Right.
the line.
And as a stakeholder, I think the Olympic Committee is not sincere about resolving the thing. I think what the Olympic Committee is trying to do is to throw a bit. So okay, we throw the bit, we say the mail. The man said no.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
Theo,
Thank
just
you.
remain on the line.
Okay,
Let
yeah.
announce the number.
You want to resolve the crisis, we need to be intentional about it.
Okay,
Just remain on the line. Let announce our number
all
so
right.
you can listen to the
Okay,
caller.
if you just tuning in, this is Post Talk. Edwin, Bob Dodo, and Naomi Tappia in studio. You can call us on 0776103117 and be part of the show. Basketball took all our time. We didn't even discuss
Yeah.
it.
but
All
the
right,
conference.
0776103117. That's the number to call us on. You can call us and be part of this discussion. So
But Theo, from all indication, I see that
somebody is calling.
this conference.
Let
Okay.
me hear from this person. Good morning.
Naomi Tappia, good morning. This is for Senado.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry for my flush. Stop on the weather.
Mhm.
You see, Naomi, the stakeholder of basketball, I don't think they mean well for basketball, including that of the National Olympic Committee and the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Naomi, we cannot be playing basketball only in Liberia and not going to all our international competition. Why? Because of somebody from the Ministry of Youth and Sports, somebody from the LLOC having interest, and then before Amnesty International having interest. The backgrounds of the Basketball Association, those laws of the Constitution is there. What wrong with going back to central school and then Anderson conducting the elections to have a world social basketball leadership?
All right. So, okay, the time. Okay. All right. Thank you. The time. Okay. Thank you. All right. 0776103117. That's the number to call us on this morning. You can call us
So
on
Theo,
the
while we are with the call, let me ask you this question. From all indication, it appears as though this basketball conflict is fast from being over.
For me, I can say to you, of course, it is far from you. I honestly thought that given the meeting that we held, and because like I said earlier, I did not intend to listen to the recordings. The stakeholder at the meeting accepted the EDWIN proposal. Why is the Olympic Committee making sure you're supposed to say no? Why are they saying no? The roadmap as determined was accepted. Why are they saying no? As a matter of fact, even right now, two members of the executive committee is out of the country. You have the Secretary General has been away for several years. The financial secretary, yes, the financial secretary has taken up assignment. Now you got a diplomatic assignment on behalf of outside the country. Those are all issues that the executive committee on another thing needs to resolve. So you say focus. Why? Besides, we need to have FIBA. If there is no FIBA representative at that congress, FIBA will not honor that congress. FIBA will not.
Do you think the Olympics Committee also got a stake in this, especially from this communication? The way the communication was written, it appears as though they are really angry.
So if you read the communication, the Olympic Committee is giving instruction to a city federation president, is giving instruction to a staff. And people like me respect them, I don't respect for one another here. Honestly, as a city president of basketball, the Olympic Committee rule, he's supposed to be the vice president of technical affairs of the Olympic Committee. You cannot be giving out me instruction that you give you one of your lab or staff in the Olympic Committee instruction. You can't do that. The president of basketball, that you will do this, you will do this. The Olympic Committee did not make the Olympic Committee a basketball.